Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv tonight. Meantime, one of this year's more intriguing Senate races is shaping up right here in California, where baseball legend Steve Garvey is the Republican nominee against current Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff. Garvey recently returned from Israel, where he met a fellow Californian and converted her from a Schiff voter to a Garvey voter. Let's bring in Steve Garvey and Samara Weiner. Welcome to you both. Steve, to you first. Tell us why you went to Israel in the first place.
Well, we talked recently and way back to the beginning of my campaign that I never took the field for Democrats, Republicans, Independents, took the field for all the fans, and I'm running for all the people. My opponents can't say that. So when you're talking to the people and listening to them, I heard that they needed me to go to places where I could come back with the real answers, whether it's the border, whether it's homeless, whether it's crime in the streets.
Yep.
But recently it's about going back to Israel. We went back for a week. And we started with the devastation on October 7th. And we saw the mutilation by Hamas. We went to a kibbutz there. The reality is, when you went into one certain room, there was a couch with still skin that had dried up.
Yep.
The reality of how they attacked women and children, which is just unconscionable.
Yeah, I was there shortly after the attacks, and what you're saying is true. It is life-changing to go back there. Samara, you are a lawyer. You're Jewish. You live part-time in Israel. You live part-time in the United States. You voted for Adam Schiff last time. Now you're switching. What's the big reason you decided that your guy is Steve Garvey?
Well, I was tired of seeing Adam Schiff put politics above everything else. He was pandering too much to the far left of the Democratic Party.
You mean the anti-Semitism of the Democratic Party?
Yes, it was creating anti-Semitism, which was leading directly to violence against Jews, my community.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see Adam Schiff voting for the weapons that Israel needs to protect itself. And then I met Mr. Garvey in Israel recently, and he was completely authentic. He took the time, first of all, he took the time to come to Israel during a war, which no other Democrat did that I'm aware of. And I really respected his fearlessness. And the Democratic Party is lacking a fearless leader. He's moderate enough in the social issues that I feel comfortable voting for him. I don't think that I am sacrificing any of my values. In fact, I was in Jerusalem this last trip, and I can feel my grandparents talking to me when I'm at the Western Wall. And they don't say things like, make sure you vote according to your party line. I was hearing things like, you know, you need to have moral clarity. And I believe that this is Mr. Garvey is the candidate for me.
And Steve, you wonder, because you look at Adam Schiff and you look at his past and you look at the fact that he lied repeatedly. He was censured in Congress. He wears it as a badge of honor. He says he's proud of those lies. But the media doesn't cover him. He's not telling the people on the left that he's lying. In California, they're not hearing that unless they're watching us. So it's hard for you to get the message out that listen, there is a battle going on here for California, and it's a battle between right and wrong.
Trace, it's for the soul of California, and that's why I'm running. I'm a citizen. I've been here 50 years. I love this state. I love this country. It's needed somebody to stand up with political courage. You know I'm not a politician, but career politicians have let the people down. People trust me. They know that I'm someone over the last 50 years that they've watched a few people go to work with 30,000, 40,000 people to judge you. But you feel responsibility, and I did then, I do now, and I'm proud of you, because if the one thing that I wanted to accomplish in this race is for people of California and this country to stand up and say, like Peter Finch and Network, I'm mad as hell, I'm not going to take it anymore, and be thoughtful, because the single greatest currency we have is the opportunity to vote, and Samara has done that, and I'm proud of her for doing that, whether it's myself or whether the people of California, this country, vote for somebody else. But do it. Vote your conscience. And in my case, me going back as the next elected U.S. Senator at this time next year, I will have begun to make a difference representing the people.
We have about 20 seconds for you, Samara. Do you see more people in California, more Jewish Californians, that are saying, you know what, I'm willing to be open-minded?
Absolutely. If you're Jewish right now, you're not happy with the Democratic Party. And we are really ready for someone with some moral clarity, some someone who really is going to stand up for us and do the right thing. And yes, I'm giving you permission to look into Steve Garvey as your candidate.
Yeah. Samara Weiner, Steve Garvey, great to have you both on. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.